Hey everyone. So this is one of the first online meetups summer 2022 for the Big Tree, which is our communal land buy dream that we are making reality. To start off with, we're going to hear from Benny just a bit of a recap about where it's got to, how it's got here. So Benny, over to you.
Cool, thanks, Bo. Hi, everyone. I'm Ben. I'm speaking on behalf of a much larger group of people who've been coming together over the last couple of years. So different people have come and gone in and out of the conversation, and it's rolled along. It's about 2 years now, so it was from the start of the pandemic until now, and we've got a target date for purchasing of March next year. So we're in the home stretch. So if you're just coming on now, welcome, and it's a good time to be on board. So far, we've had a couple of in-person weekend gatherings where we all come and get to know each other a bit more and thrash out the vision and the purpose and have some big discussions about what's happening. G'day, Billy. Welcome. And we've also had quite a few online discussions around various things, and we're just sort of stepping through the process and finding our way together as a group. We're finding that everybody's got a very similar vision, and we've been able to articulate that in the invitation, which is, g'day, Lincoln. The invitation is linked to the website, which has got a lot of detail on what the vision looks like, who we are, what we're aiming to achieve. In a nutshell, it's 30 to 40 of us, all chipping in about 15K each to purchase a weekender block of land, not residential, a weekender. Come and go as much as we like, but not permanent living. Within 2.5 hours of Melbourne, more than 50 acres with water. The people that are involved are friends of friends. So we've initially kept it in-house, extending the invitation to people we know will be interested. Lots of party people who've spent a lot of time on dance floors, enviro and sustainable people, professionals, a couple of IT and sound and lighting people, techie people, and we're a mixed bag, various ages, and a good mix. I think we're not any one particular group of society, but we're a good mix of enthusiastic, like-minded, and pretty chill people. So we've had a few discussions on what we anticipate will come up in terms of working together and how the sociocracy of it all is all going to work. But basically, when the final group comes together, we'll make some big decisions about how we're reporting, how we're going to manage ourselves. We've got a registration as the 6th land share cooperative in Victoria. So we have to have a board of directors, a set of rules, and a constitution to get that with ACNC, the Victorian government's organisation that approves things like cooperatives. So we've got that registered, which is a huge win. That took us a long time to do. And on the basis of that registration, we've opened a bank account with Bank Australia. So the bank account exists and it's linked to the board of directors of the Big Tree. So g'day, Geordie. So we've got the bones of the idea together. We've got a vision, and now we're just in the final stages of getting to know each other, really jumping on board and sort of seeing how we work as a community. In terms of how many people we've got who are going to jump on board between now and next March and are ready with finance and are in a good position to be involved, we'd estimate we've got 25 people, but we won't be really sure until we start putting down deposits and invoicing and so on. The actual purchasing phase will probably be quite intense. We're going to have a coaster bus hooning around country Victoria, looking at lots of blocks together. It's going to be perfect for some people and not quite right for others. We're expecting there'll be some degree of discrepancy around what the vision really is. But at some stage, we're going to land on a block, and we expect maybe 90% of us will say, this is it, let's go for it. And 10% might say, nah, not for me, but that's okay. Or maybe it's going to be 100% if we're lucky, but we'll see. Within 2.5 hours of Melbourne, with the provision for some regeneration, we're all eco-sustainable, we're into revegetating. We're keen to have a good, strong connection to First Nation Indigenous people and allocate space to come. 30 or 40 of us is quite a large group. We've realised we'll likely separate ourselves into smaller villages of 5 or 6 members. So we'll have a quiet sort of private space to go and read a book wherever you need to, and you can go up just to not see anyone for the weekend if that's what you want. And then we'll also have a shared central permitted structure that we'll come to for a wet area, a kitchen, a fire pit, and a hangout. So the villages will have temporary dwellings only, tiny houses, teepees, yurts, caravans. Requirements around how many people can have temporary dwellings will differ between councils, and depending on where we end up purchasing, we'll need a team of us researching council laws, zoning, overlays, and etc. So there's a fair bit of work to do at the purchasing period, but in terms of getting up to it, Donna's on the case with our invoicing and managing payments, and we're raising funds, 15 grand each, to get to the purchase price, which will be between 400 and 600 grand next year. After that, we'll have annual fees of $1,250 each per year. So with that money, the 40 people will have around 50 grand to spend each year, and that 50 grand will go to roads, water, solar, building rates, and so on, as agreed by everybody. The ask of the members is that we all make a commitment to 5 years to begin with. You can sell your share in 5 years. It's an investment, so your share will likely increase. It'll be pegged to market value, but we're asking for a 5-year commitment just so that we can go pretty deep with it, and we can have some security. And what else?
No, that was a pretty good recap. I guess I just want to also add that as a reasonably newish comer to this, like in the last few months rather than the last couple of years, I've just been really impressed by the fact that even though the avatars of all the humans that I've met that are associated with this are quite different, as Benny said, different ages, different life situations, every time we get together and talk about this, it really is about the shared values that we have. Like, it really is about what we all want from a piece of land like this. And every time I've left these sort of things feeling really inspired, actually, that everybody is on a very similar path when it's about that thing.
This has been excellent. Thanks both for facilitating, and thanks everyone for coming along for the discussion. I encourage everybody to get over to it's called a detailed invitation, which is linked to the website, which has got a lot of stuff in there. Next Thursday, we're having a face-to-face at Lincoln's house. That's in Reservoir at 5:30 next Thursday night. At the end of October, we're going camping. The last weekend in October, come out for kick around a fire for the night or two. Everyone's welcome. We're going to continue online info sessions once a month like this. They're the next steps. Early next year, we're going to have a whole lot of people who will have paid a deposit who are on board. Those people will be able to come together wherever, in whatever capacity, and do some real thinking about how this is going to go. So that's going to be awesome, and that'll be the final months before we jump in a bus and start hooning around the country and looking for our new home.
Thanks, Benny. And can I just add that could everyone, if you're interested in hearing more from us, if you go to the website and send an inquiry, that's probably the best way to get added to the mailing list. Mm-hmm. So if you're not on that mailing list and you still want to keep abreast of what's happening, please add your EOI there. But yeah, join the mailing list and stay involved. And if any of you guys have more questions for us, you can hit me and Benny up on Facebook or whatever.
Thank you.
Good. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Bye. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Yeah.